Welcome back to our channel.
Hi.
Welcome back to our Christmas series.
Ooh.
It is almost Christmas and we're getting prepared, and I hope you are too.
Right now we are actually filming decorating my house. That's why we're in the same clothes. We also put bows in our hair. Sneak peek. I'm not sure if I'm using it yet, but we'll see. But we are making some things to incorporate in our houses. So these are some of the DIYs we're doing today.
They're very cheap, very simple and easy to do, so you can definitely do them at home. So today we're going to be upstyling a very simple pillow from Ikea and making it a bit more luxurious and glam for your Christmas season, or just generally all year round. So what you'll need is one of these cushion slips from Ikea. They were around $10, even under $10 I think. And they're like a velvety texture, so they're very luxurious and very warm and cozy, and such a rich red, so I love it. And Bridie's gonna have some in her house as well. So this is called the and there we go, the Sanella. It's a 50 by 50. So what we're gonna do with that is add some beautiful tassels on the corners of the cushion to make them a bit more upmarket and a bit more stylish, not just a plain cushion. For the tassels today, you'll be needing some wool, obviously, and this can match the cushion. You can do different colors, it's totally up to you. This is just a $2 wool from Spotlight, and it matches the red really well. You could also use cotton or any other kind of yarn or wool you want. You also need a toilet roll, just a plain old toilet roll, some scissors, and a very large needle. I don't know if you can see that. A very large needle that is big enough for your wool to go through. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling to thread it constantly. So make sure that's big enough. So to make your tassel, let's start with using your toilet roll, making the wool the length of your toilet roll and holding it there. Then you're going to be wrapping it around, not too tight because you don't want to bend the toilet roll, and wrap it around at least about 60 to 65 times, depending on the thickness of your tassel. But we made them quite thick, so then they'd be a bit more prominent on the cushion and a bit more luxurious. So a rough 65 times. Once you've finished wrapping the wool around your toilet roll around 65 times, just snip the end off and put it aside for a moment, and then you'll get another piece of wool. It doesn't have to be very long, roughly that long, and then pop it through the loop of the wool at the top to make like a secure knot to keep all the wool together. Once you've secured the wool at the top, take the toilet roll out and you'll have a loop of wool, and then go ahead and cut the bottom of the wool to make them all separate. Next, measure about 50 centimeters of wool and chop that. Then you want to wrap around the top of your tassel, making sure you've got all the strands neatly down and they're not tangled up or gaping with any holes in your tassel. So comb it out a little. Then place the tassel on the 50 centimeters of wool and tie a really tight knot, but just make sure you've got it in the right position before you tie. So I'm just doing a bit of a ball up the top, tying it pretty tightly so it makes something like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around about 4 times, just to make that a bit of a feature, make it a bit thick on where you've tied it. So it's kind of like a bit of a wrap almost, if that makes sense. Then knot it securely and tightly at the back, and that becomes your first ball of the tassel. Then you want to continue and do another ball part down below that top one, and then that will create a more of a luxurious sort of tassel. Cut another 50 centimeters of wool and do the same process. Wrap it around about 4 times, and then tie your knot in the same spot you tie the top knot, where the ball is at the top, because you want to keep your knots at the back so it looks a bit neater. Once you've secured all the knots, you want to cut any excess wool at the bottom and make sure it's nice and neat. So we want to give it a little haircut. Well, I think that turned out pretty good. So once you've made your tassel, you can attach it to the corners of your cushion, and you can even attach it to an Ikea throw rug, which we've found, and it's such a beautiful throw rug, and it's only $20. So you can upstyle that one or the cushion or both. And don't forget, we'll link any of these items below so you can purchase them yourself. Check out the throw that we upstyled earlier. How cute is that? It just gives it an extra different feel, not just a plain throw. And you can just put them on the corners. We did about 5 on each end. So it just makes it look a bit more luxurious and ready for Christmas. So it's pretty basic to sew on the tassels to your cushion or your throw, but I'll show you anyway. Obviously, pop the wool through your large needle. I have previously done a few tassels already on this cushion, but I've left one to show you guys. So pop your hand in so you don't catch any of the other sides of the fabric, and then we're going to put the needle through and pull so your tassel is secure, and then you want to go up through it again a couple of times and then tie it with a knot on the inside to secure it. Cut the excess off. Voila! How beautiful and stylish. Can you see all tassels? Does that look? Oh my gosh, let's fill it and see how cute it looks. If you want to stuff your cushions with a good quality cushion insert that's reasonably priced, go to Ikea and get the feather inserts because they're nice and fluffy and you can always fluff and chop. It's so pretty, isn't it? Another tip you can do is you can always add a bead in between your tassel and your cushion corner, and that'll just add an extra color or texture and just make it even more glam. But I think this turned out quite well. Pretty happy.
Okay, so for this next DIY, this one is the stocking DIY. I got this stocking at a reject store. It's called the Reject Shop, but I don't know if other countries have that, or it's just Australia, but it's just like a dollar store. And I got this stocking that's already made, but it's just like, I don't know, nothing much to it. But it was only $4 from the Reject Shop. So I was thinking I could probably change the cord and keep the pom-poms and maybe add something to here that's not just plain white. I'll keep this, obviously that's the base of it, and that's good that I don't have to make that. But yeah, it's like such a nice plain color, and $4 is like so cheap, and you can just add a few trimmings and you've got a stocking for like under $10, which is great. So what you need is your stocking and some trimming of some sort. I've got this sort of boho one from Spotlight, and I also have these pom-poms that I bought from Spotlight as well. And then I have this braiding that Amelia had already. All you need to do is basically sew it on and glue it and work out an arrangement that you like, then it's done. So let's do that. So I really like the way of like putting the trimming under the fold of the snow cap on top, and then it kind of gives it more of a boho look. So I really like that. So to give it that boho look, I'm going to attach it to the calico fabric underneath flap. That will give it like a frilly, dangly type of thing. So I'm going to pin that on and then sew it attached. So I've attached that, and now I'm going to sew it all the way underneath. Careful not to sew it together. You want the hole to still be able to put some things in there. Okay, so I have finished attaching it underneath the felt, and then I am going to attach the pom-poms. So the pom-poms are going to be attached underneath the felt, if you can see that. So you'll attach it like that and then sew it down. Okay, so I've pinned it on, and now I'm going to hand sew it on all the way around and then flip it back down. Okay, so I have finished the pom-poms and I'm attaching with pins the braided rope as well. And then I'm going to sew that on. I don't have enough threads because this one's too short to braid it all the way around. So I'm just gonna do it like at the top and it just be like at the front. We don't have enough. But I'm going to use this cord to change this cord to match this cord, this cord. And then keep the white pom-poms as well. I have sewn on all the details. I've sewn on the braid and it looks super cute. But I wanted to change the twine on here just to match this one here, and plus it's a little bit better quality as well, and then keep the pom-poms. So I'm going to cut that off, and I'm also going to create a loop here to hang on something. There is a ribbon in here, I sewed it in, but that's the ribbon and it's a little bit more tacky, so I want it to match, so I'm gonna add a loop there as well. So I'm just going to cut off the yarn, then I'm going to attach the new one by gluing it onto the point where the other one was stuck, and glue it, and then I'm going to glue some fur over it so then it's hidden, and then I might tack it a little bit with some thread so then it's nice and secure. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure the lengths of these. There are different lengths just to give a bit of height. So I'm going to measure that and then cut my new cord, sorry. I'm just gonna also glue the ends so that they are just not gonna fray as I'm dealing with them, because they do tend to fray. Everything is sticking to me because I have gluey hands. Okay, so now I have two different lengths. Now I'm just gonna reattach my pom-poms onto the rope. Oh my gosh, I got all this like sticky fluff on my hands from the glue. And so this is going to be my loop to hang. And so I'm just gonna glue that in the inside, if you can see. I'm just gonna glue it on the inside here. Okay, so I have sewed on the loop to hang the stocking, and I've also sewed on the pom-poms, and as you saw, I glued it together. So that is the complete look for my stocking. I love it. It looks really boho, which that's what I like, and that's kind of my style, boho Scandinavian sort of thing. But I also made one for Michael as well, which I think it looks really cute together. And this one's just a little bit more manly. This one's a little bit more feminine. This one's a little bit more feminine.
There you go.
So what I'm gonna do with them, I'm going to hang them on a birch piece of wood and then hang them above my TV because I don't have a fireplace. So that will match the birch wood really nicely. Anyway, I'm gonna do the outro by myself because Amelia had to go home because her friends are surprising her for a belated birthday. I think one of her friends is back from America, but I don't know. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe because that supports Amelia's and my channel. And I hope you enjoyed seeing us make these DIYs. I'm sure it will be easy for you to make these as well, especially if you find a craft stocking like that you can do up. It's super easy. Anyway, well, I will see you next time. I'm sure Amelia will too. And thank you for watching. Bye. That was so weird.
Oh my goodness, are you alright? So once you have wrapped your... Oh, the birds. Shut up, bird. Go, it's the same one.
Same one.
This dang bird. Bridie had a paintbrush on like the banister of her staircase, and the bird was trying to peck at the bristles of the paintbrush, trying to get bristles out for its nest, I guess. And it was going crazy with it, and then so much so the paintbrush decided to like pivot, and fall off with the bird on it. It was quite funny.
Feminine.
Feminine.
Feminine. A little bit more feminine. I can't say it.
Feminine. You always get your M&Ms mixed
I
up.
know. Feminine.
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 Yeah.
I've got lunch in my teeth.
I like sneakily press record.
We always do that.
Yep.
That's why I'm always the one looking like a nut.
Yeah,
Because you're the one
I'm
pressing
filming.
record.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We've got to do it for the bloopers.